Hey guys, it's time for another game in the 1986 Advanced Strat American League East Plus. I guess I'll call it that since we're adding Texas to the American League East. But this is game 2. We've already used Texas in game 1, so this is strictly AL East against AL East. And we're at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York for the first game between the Milwaukee Brewers and the New York Yankees. A battle of left-handers, Ron Guidry for the Yankees and Teddy Higuera for the Brewers. Ballpark effects for Yankee Stadium. Singles are 1-6 for both lefties and righties. Home run, there's a slight difference. Lefties get a 1-7 chance and righties get a 1-5 chance. So we'll get going here. Ron Guidry on the bump. And he'll be starting off facing third baseman Paul Molitor, as this game from Yankee Stadium is now underway. And that's a 3-6 for Molitor against a lefty. Got to remember to use the left side now for both pitchers. And 3-6 against the lefty is a strikeout. So Guidry rings up Molitor. One away for Robin Yount, center fielder. He moved from short to center. So it's a 5-4 against a right-hander. Is a catcher X. And the catcher for the Yankees is Joel Skinner, and he happens to be a 3. And that's a 5, so we'll check the fielding chart here for a catcher. A 3 and a 5 is a wild pitch and a pop-up, but nobody's on base, so it's simply going to be a pop-up to Skinner. We're out number 2. I'll bring up Cecil Cooper, one of the few lefties in the lineup for Milwaukee. It's a 6-7, so lefty on lefty, 6-7. Ground ball second base X. That's Willie Randolph, and Randolph is a 2. And that is a 2. So a 2 and a 2 is a single, 1 star. So Cecil Cooper snuck it past Randolph. 2-out single. Brings up Rob Deere, power hitting right fielder. 5-7 against a right-hander. 5-7's a strikeout. So Deere, proficient on striking out, found the strikeout on Guidry's card. Like somebody said one time, the dice know who's at the plate. So they found the strikeout even though it wasn't on his own card. And the Brewers go pretty quietly in the first. Now we start at the bottom of the first, Teddy Higuera, and he'll be facing Ricky Henderson, center fielder. 4-10 against a right-hander. 4-10's a fly ball center field X. And that's Robin Yount. He's a 2 and an E1. That is a 2. A 2 and a 2. Probably not going to bode well for Yount. Center fielder, a 2 and a 2 is a single. So the D20 has not been kind to the first 2 fielders. And Henderson's aboard. You know what he's going to do. He's looking to run. He's a double-A stealer. Let's check some of the reductions that need to take place. Double-A stealer, you get a -2 for being held on. And then we check the catcher rating. And the catcher is Rick Cerrone. He's a +1. So you get a -2 and a +1. That's an aggregate of -1. And Ricky Henderson is a 17 as a double-A stealer, so that makes it a 1-16. So 1-16, he'll make it. It's a 16 around the dot, so he just did make it. Just snuck his hand in there. And it is a stolen base. So runner at second. Nobody out for Willie Randolph, second baseman. 2-8 against the lefty Higuera. 2-8 is a single to right field. And that could score Henderson. We'll take a look here. Right fielder Deere is a 0 arm. Henderson was being held. It's a -1. Runs at 17. It's a 1-16. There is no 2-out advantage. So it's a 1-16. They'll go ahead and take the chance. And he's safe. So Henderson single, steals second, and scores on the Randolph single. Yankees take a quick 1-0 lead. And here's Don Mattingly, Donnie Baseball. 5-7, he's a lefty against Higuera. 5-7's a ground ball second base X. That is Jim Gantner. He's a 2. And that's a 1. Boy, these D20 rolls are just awful for the defense. So it's a single with 1 star. And Randolph will go to third. So Mattingly and sneaks one past the veteran Gantner. So runners at the corners, nobody out for Dave Winfield. 5-9. 5-9's a fly ball B. It's a sacrifice fly for Winfield. As that will score Randolph, making it 2-0. First out of the inning. Brings up the DH, Ron Kittle. against the lefty, he's in there as a right-handed stick. 5-10 is a ballpark single check with that upside down triangle, and that's a 1-6. That's a 17, so he's going to line it to short for out number 2. And that brings up another platoon player, left fielder Gary Renicky, former Oriole, right-handed stick, 4-3, ground ball pitcher X, and Teddy Higuera is an E0, so we're checking the range. He's a 2, but on a 5 there is no range check, so we go to the error rating. He is an E0, so he makes the play. But the Yankees put up 2 runs here in the bottom of the first. After 1 complete, it's Yankees 2, Brewers nothing. And Ron Guidry now back on the bump, trying to enjoy this 2-run lead. And I think I might cut this lamplight off because there's a glare right here that's kind of annoying. I thought it'd be better to have more lights, but I'm thinking it's better now to do that and let the phone adjust to the lighting. I think we'll be okay now. It gets that, it's kind of an annoying little glare there, or at least it was to me. So hopefully this is better. We'll see. Here's Glenn Braggs to lead off, the left fielder. It's a 3-6 for Braggs against the lefty, and that's a base hit. So Glenn Braggs, both teams heavy right-handed hitting in this ball game with the lefties on the mound. Brings up Dale Swain, shortstop. That's a 3-6 for Swain, switch hitter batting left. 3-6 is a good chance for an extra base hit. 1-8 would be a double. 9-20 is a single. It's a 4, it's a double, but there's 2 stars, so Braggs will have to stop at third. But runners at second and third, nobody out, and here come the Brew Crew. And it's Charlie Moore, the DH. That's a 4-5. He's a righty. 4-5 is a ground ball, second base C. That'll bring the run home. So an RBI ground out will score Braggs, and it will move Swain to third. So he did the best of both worlds there. Very productive out. Now with 1 out and a runner at third, they're going to bring the infield in against Jim Gantner, lefty on lefty. 4-3. 4-3 is a ballpark base hit chance. Again, it is a 1-6. It's a 4. It's a base hit for Gantner. He sneaks it by. He sneaks it by, and that's going to bring home Swain to tie the ball game at 2-2. And there's still only 1 out. It brings up catcher Rick Cerrone, former Yankee. 2-7. Or check that he might be a future Yankee. I know he was there in '87, so probably a future Yankee would be the better way to say it. 2-7 against a left-hander is a 1 for a single. Anything else, he's going to line it to short. And he lines it to Tollison at short. 2 down. Brings up Paul Molitor. 1-5 for Molitor. And Molitor struck out his first time up. This time he's going to get revenge. Look at this. 1-11 is a home run. 11-20 is or 12-20 is a triple. So the Brewers will take the lead. And it's a 13, so it's a triple for Molitor. RBI triple as Gantner scores. And the Brew Crew now lead it 3-2. And we're getting some offensive explosion here. Here's Robin Yount. It's a 4-9 against a righty. 4-9. Look at this. Guidry's going to give it up again. 1-2 is a triple. 3-20 is a single that will score Molitor. So it's a 20. It's a single. That's going to score Molitor. And that's the 4th run of the inning for the Brewers. They now lead it 4-2. Here's Cecil Cooper. Bullpen might be going quickly here for Lou Piniella. 5-4. Lefty on lefty is a catcher X. That is going to be Skinner. He's a 3. And that's a 10. So we'll check it. Probably is an error check, and it is. So we'll do an error rating on Skinner. And that's a 4. And he is an E8. So an E8 as a catcher. And a 4 is a 1-base error. So the inning continues as Cooper reaches on an E2. Yount goes to second. And now the 9th man to bat in the inning, Rob Deere. He struck out to end the first. He's up there with runners at first and second, 2 outs. So 1-8 against a lefty. And a 1-8 is going to strike out again. So Rob Deere, true to form, strikes out again to end the inning. But the Brewers put a 4 spot up. And after 1.5, they lead the Yankees 4-2. And Guidry may not be around long in this. So bottom of the second, Mike Pagliarulo, the 3rd baseman, is going to lead off, left-hander. 1-7 against the lefty. And he's going to strike out. So Pags out on strikes. Brings up Joel Skinner, catcher, number 8 hitter. Skinner Skinner, a 1-7 against the lefty. 1-7 is a strikeout. So Higuera, energized by those 4 runs, taking it to the Yankees. Here's Wayne Tollefson, the shortstop, 9th place hitter, switch hitter, batting right against the lefty Higuera. 1-8. 1-8 is going to be a walk for Tollefson, so a 2-out walk. And we're back to Ricky Henderson. He singled, stole second, and scored last inning. 6-6. 6-6. He's going to do some damage again. 1-12 is a double. 13-20 is a single. It's 2 stars, so the run would not score. It's a 2. It's a double for Ricky Henderson. So he's 2 for 2, a single and a double. Tollefson will stop at third. Runners at second and third. 2 outs for Willie Randolph. So a chance to tie the ball game with 1 swing. It's a 3-6 for Randolph against the lefty. And he's going to do it single, but it's only a 1 star, so Henderson will not score. He has to stop at third. But Tollefson comes in, cuts the lead to 4-3. Brings up Donnie ball game, Don Mattingly. 2-5 against the lefty. 2-5 for Mattingly is a ground ball to first. And the inning's over. But the Yankees pick up a run. And after 2 complete, it is Milwaukee 4 and New York 3. Okay, sorry about the little interruption there. I had to put the video on pause. Yankees do have the bullpen going. Scott Nielsen, a righty, long reliever, is loosening in case Guidry runs into more trouble. He's going to be facing Glenn Braggs. He led off the second with a single and scored. 5-7 against a righty. Strikeout. So Guidry coming back here in the third. Maybe a little more vengeance. It'll be Swain. He doubled and scored his first time up. 3-6 against a lefty. 3-6 against the lefty. He's got another base hit coming. 1-8's a double. 9-20 will be the single. It's a 20, so it's a single for Swain. He's 2 for 2, a single and a double. Brings up Charlie Moore, the DH. And that's a 2-5 for Moore against the lefty. 2-5. It's going to line it to second, and that's out number 2 as Randolph snags it. 2 down for the lefty, Jim Gantner. He singled his first time. I believe it was on a ballpark check, but I'm not sure. 6-11 against the lefty is a home run chance with diamond shot, but it's only a 1-7 chance. However, Gantner is weak against lefties, so he would not get the home run. He'd just simply get a base hit. It's a 13, so it doesn't matter anyway. He's going to fly to right, and that's going to end the top of the third. So Guidry rights the boat. Keeps everything right where it is. It's 4-3. And Teddy Higuera back on the bump. Facing Dave Winfield. Sacrifice fly his first time. 3-5 for Winfield against the lefty, and he's going to ground to third. 1 away. Brings up Ron Kittle, DH. 5-4. 5-4 is a strikeout. So Kittle down on strikes. Kittle's in bits, and he bit the bit. Here's Gary Renicky, left fielder. 5-9 against a righty. 5-9's a fly to left. Yankees go down in order. Third inning, some order restored as both teams go quietly. Go to the fourth, it's still 4-3 Brewers. And here's Guidry against Rick Cerrone. 5-9 is a line out to second, and that's 1 away. Takes us to the top of the order, and Paul Molitor tripled his last time up. 4-8, 4-8. This time he's got a chance at a double. 1-9 will be that double. And 10-20 is a single. It's a 19, so it's a single for Molitor. So a 1-out single here in the fourth. And it's Robin Yount time. 3-9 for Yount against the lefty Guidry. 3-9 is a ground ball shortstop A. That's a 6-4-3 double play turned by the Yankees. And the Brew Crew is gone here in the fourth. So we go to the bottom of the fourth. And it'll be Higuera back out there to face Mike Pagliarulo, third baseman. He struck out his first time up. Lefty on lefty, 2-10 for Pagliarulo. 2-10 is going to be... Now, I could play this with the split here with that triangle, but I'm kind of sticking to just the advance, so that's going to stick as a fly to right. So I'm going to ignore the triangle result in just the advanced version, my little hybrid version. So I'm ignoring all the triangles and just going with the main result. Here now is Joel Skinner, 2-7 against a lefty. 2-7 is a strikeout. So Skinner 0 for 2 with 2 Ks brings up the number 9 hitter Tollefson. He walked his first time up and did score. 6-3. Tollefson's a switch hitter batting right, so a 6-4 actually, not 6-3. 6-4 is an in home run chance, but Tollefson against lefties actually he does have normal power, so he does have this chance. 1-11 would be a home run. 12-20 is a double. And that's a 13, so either way, but still with nobody on, that home run would have been a whole lot better for the Yankees. Now it requires a 2-out single from Ricky Henderson, although he is 2 for 2, single and a double. That's a 6-8. 6-8 is a walk, and that's going to load the bases. I'm sorry, not going to load the bases, but runners at first and second, my bad. So runners at first and second for Willie Randolph, and he's 2 for 2 with 2 singles. 4-5 is a fly to center, and that's going to end the inning. So the Yankees had an opportunity, couldn't get across, and after 4 complete, it is still 4-3 Brewers. As I slip on these cards, it's one thing with these little plastic holders; they can be a little slippery on you. So Ron Guidry back out to start the 5th against Cecil Cooper. Singled and reached on an error. 2-11 against a lefty. 2-11 for Cooper is a fly to center, and that's 1 away. Brings up Rob Deere. He's 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts. So 3-6 for Deere, and he's going to walk. So Rob Deere, 1-out walk. Brings up Glenn, no brags, just facts. 1 for 2 with a single. 5-5, and he pops to third. Pagliarulo snags it. 2 down. Brings up Dale Swain, switch hitting shortstop. 4-9 against a righty. And look at this, Swain, a 1-2 triple. 3-20 is a single with 2 stars. That is a 3. He just missed that triple. And it might cost him a run because the single only moves Deere to third. So now runners are at the corners with 2 outs. It's going to take a 2-out hit by Charlie Moore to get the run home. Moore is 0 for 2. He's grounded to second and lined to second. 3-6 for Charlie Moore against a lefty. He's going to ground to short, and that's going to end the inning. So the fact that he got that single, not the triple, cost him a run. So nothing doing for the Brewers. They threaten but don't score. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's still 4-3 in favor of the Brewers. I'm going to bring up Donnie Baseball. He's 1 for 2. 1-7 against a lefty. And he's going to be 2 for 3. Look at that. 1-10 is a double. And 11-20 is a single. So it's a single for Donnie Baseball. He leads off with a single that brings up Mr. Dave Winfield. Winfield sacrifice fly and a ground to third. 2-10 for Winfield against the lefty. 2-10 is a ballpark diamond shot. But for Yankee Stadium, 1-5 is the only thing he can get. And he got it, a 5. So Winfield, a 2-run shot off of Higuera. And the Yankees now take a 5-4 lead as Winfield gets into one. Here's Kittle. 3-7 for Kittle. 3-7 is a strikeout. So Kittle out on strikes, 1 away. Brings up Renicky, and now the Brewer bullpen is loosening. Renicky, a 5-5. And again, it's a diamond, but I mean it's a triangle, but I'm going just with the top result because we're not doing super advanced. So that's going to be a ground ball to second for out number 2. That brings up Pags, third baseman, batting left. 5-4, ground ball pitcher B, and the inning is over. But the Yankees, thanks to Dave Winfield, hit a 2-run homer. And we go to the top of the 6th. It is the Yankees now leading 5-4. Ron Guidry back out there. He's thrown 3 shutout innings, so bullpen has since sat down. Here's Gantner. 6-8 against a lefty, and that's a 1-9 single. 10-20 would be a line out to second. That's a line out to Randolph. 1 second baseman lining to another. 1 away. Here's Rick Cerrone. He's lined out twice. Once to short, once to second. It is a, oops, that was a 5. It was a 5-3. He's going to hit a ground ball to first base X. That's Mattingly. He's a 1. So obviously good chance to make the play there, and he does. Takes it to the bag himself. 2 away. For Paul Molitor. 2 for 3. Single and a triple. 4-2. 4-2 is a strikeout. And that's going to end the top of the 6th. So Guidry, after that rough second inning has really settled down. And now here's Higuera. Let's see if he can keep it going, facing Joel Skinner. And that is a 6-5. 6-5. Well, 1-2 is a triple. 3-20 is a single. So that is a single for Joel Skinner. His first hit after striking out twice. Brings up Tollison. He doubled his last time. 4-10. 4-10's a fly ball center field X. That is Robin Yount. He's a 2. And that's a 6. So he should make that play. We'll verify. 2 and a 6. It is a fly ball B. Whoops, dropped my chart here. That is a fly ball B. So 1 away. Back to the top of the order. We go to Ricky. 3-8 for Ricky against the lefty is a walk. And you know what that means. Ricky gets on. Ricky's going to run. Oh, no, I can't because Skinner's in front of him. Not bad. So Ricky unhappy about the bases being clogged. But what are you going to do? Brings up Willie Randolph. 2-9 for Randolph against Higuera. Ground ball shortstop B, that's a fielder's choice. So Ricky is going to be out 6-4 at second base. Randolph will go to first safely. Skinner will move over to third. So runners are at the corners with 2 outs for Donnie Baseball. And Donnie Baseball singled and scored. He's 2 for 3. 4-4. And he's going to hit a ground ball to third base X. That's Molitor. And Molitor is a 3. And that's a 14. So a 3 and a 14 is an error check. And Molitor is an E27. And that's a 9. So an E27 and a 9 is a ground ball A. He made it. So Molitor able to get that play done. And 6 innings are in the books here at Yankee Stadium with the score. Yankees 5 and the Brewers 4. And now we start the 7th, which is the point of weakness inning for both pitchers. And we're at, okay, top of the 7th. It's Robin Yount, and this is the point of weakness beginning for Ron Guidry. Keep an eye on him. Yount, 110 against the lefty Guidry. 110 is going to be a single with 2 stars, so but nobody's on base. He's leading off the inning. So it's a leadoff single for Yount. And now the Yankee bullpen again is loosening, but not Nielsen. He was the long man. It's actually going to be Brian Fisher. Brian Fisher is loosening in the Yankee bullpen. And in the Brewer bullpen, look over in the Brewer bullpen, and we're going to have Brian Clutterbuck. So Brian Clutterbuck is loosening. But right now, Guidry's still facing Cecil Cooper, first baseman, lefty on lefty. It's a 1-8 for Cooper. 1-8 is a strikeout, so Guidry says, I'm not done yet. I still got some juice. Here's Rob Deere. 2 strikeouts and a walk. It's a 6-7. Ground ball second base X. That is Randolph. He's a 2. And that's a 6. So 2 and a 6 is a ground ball A. That's a double play. 4-6-3. And Guidry gets out of the 7th unscathed. Score still 5-4. Go to the bottom of the 7th. And this is also Higuera's point of weakness beginning. He's got Winfield, Kittle, and Renicky, whole bunch of right-handers. But if they go to the Clutterbuck, then the Yankees are going to unload on the bench with the lefties. They're going to keep Higuera in there. 6-8. 6-8 is a walk. So leadoff walk to Winfield after hitting that 2-run homer last time. They didn't want to mess with him. Here's Kittle. 4-11 is a ground ball first base X. And the first baseman is Cooper. He's a 3. That's a 10, which I believe is an error check, and it is. Cooper is an E16, and that's a 4. E16 and a 4 is a 1 base error. So E3 on Cooper. And the Brewers starting to fade a little bit here defensively. Brings up Gary Renicky, the left fielder. 2 on, nobody out. It's a 4-7, and that is a ground ball shortstop X. That's going to be Swain. He's a 4. So the Brewers' defensive weakness is starting to show. A 4 and a 6 is a single with 1 star. So that's going to load the bases. As Swain just couldn't get to that. Bases loaded, nobody out for Mike Pagliarulo. That's a 212 for Pagliarulo against the lefty. 212 is a line out second base max plus injury. And so with a line out max in advanced, we're not super advanced, that is a triple play, folks. A line out to second. Pagliarulo lines it to the second baseman Gantner. He steps on the bag to double off Kittle for unassisted. Then throws to first 4-3 for a triple play. How do you like that? Plus, Pagliarulo was injured on the play because, again, I am using the injuries because I'm not using as played, so injuries will take effect. But that's probably, I think that's my first triple play in Strat in all these years playing. When I did play advanced and basic, I think that's the first triple play I've ever had. So there you saw it right there, triple play. And now Pags is going to be going to the, we got to check his injury rating because he could be going to the disabled list, and we might have to call Bobby Meacham out from Columbus to take his spot. We'll see. We're going to the injury chart right here, rolling the D20 and see how many games he's going to miss. It's a 14. That means he's going to miss 4 games. So I think that means this game plus 4 more, or it might just mean this game as one of the 4. I'll have to read on the rule book. But either way, he is going to be lifted. And we need a new third baseman today. So we'll go to the Yankee bench and see who the third baseman is going to be. New third baseman is going to be Dale Berra. Check it. It's going to be Mike Fischlin. They want a better defender. So Mike Fischlin will take over at third base. He is an E324, so not as good as Pags, but better than Berra. So Mr. Mike Fischlin will take over at third base. Check that. He's a second baseman, not a third baseman. I misread that. So it's going to have to be Berra. He's the only third baseman they have. Fischlin's a middle infielder, not a third baseman, so scratch that. It's going to be Berra. And unfortunately, Berra is a 4E26. So they lose a lot defensively there for sure. And we go to the 8th. It is still a 5-4 ball game for the Yankees lead. And let's see who they've got. They got Skinner, Tolleson, and Henderson leading off the bottom of the 8th. So, bottom of the 8th, Guidry could still go some more, I guess. He's given up 1 single on his point of weakness, but that's been it. So he's going to keep going. Although Brian Fisher is ready in the bullpen if needed. Here's Glenn Braggs. 4-4, and that's a ballpark single check. And again, that is a 1-6 for Yankee Stadium. And that is a 9. So a 9 is not going to cut it. It's a line out to short. 1 away for Dale Swain. So Dale Swain. Swain, a 1-7 for Swain against a lefty. 1-7 is a walk. So that is a walk. That brings up Charlie Moore. And that is a 1-7 for Moore against a lefty. 1-7 is a strikeout. So Guidry hanging tough. And Lupinella sticking with him. Here's Jim Gantner. That's a 5-7 against the lefty. It's a strikeout. So Guidry's going to make it through 8 innings. And now Fisher will sit down, and Dave Righetti will be loosening to pitch the 9th for the Yankees. We go to the bottom of the 8th, and we'll get a new pitcher for the Brewers. And it was going to be Clutterbuck if it was an earlier inning, but since we made it to the 8th, they're going to bring in Mark Clear. So Mark Clear is the relief pitcher for the Brew Crew. He will take over in the 8th. Higuera goes 7 and is set to take the loss unless they can rally here in the 9th. But first things first, they got to keep the Yankees where they are in the 8th. So it'll be Joel Skinner. Joel Skinner to lead things off against Clear, righty on righty. 110. 110 is a walk. So Skinner, lead off walk, and that's going to immediately bring Tolleson up for a bunt. So we go to the sacrifice bunt chart. And Tolleson, in his bunt rating, Tolleson is a bunting A, so it becomes a bunting B, and that's a 7. So B and a 7 is a good sacrifice to the first baseman. So it's a 3-4 fielder's or sacrifice hit. That will move Skinner to second. So there's one away with a runner in scoring position. And they could think about doing a pinch runner for Skinner, although they like his defense, so you don't want to really take him out. They're going to go ahead and stick with Ricky. 5-5 is a strikeout, so Clear puts the whiff on Ricky. 2 down, so it's up to Willie Randolph single to get the run home. 1-7 for Randolph. He's going to walk, and that's going to keep the inning going for Donnie Baseball. Donnie Baseball is up against Mark Clear. The 4-9 is another walk, and that's going to load the bases. So now Clear is clearly in trouble. Bases are loaded for Dave Winfield. He's already hit a 2-run homer in the 5th that gave the Yankees the lead. He can really do the coup de grace right here. 6-6 though, he's going to strike out, and Clear gets out of it. So Clear got out of the mess. And we go to the top of the 9th. And when you're in the 1986 season for the Yankees and you got a 1-run lead going to the 9th, there's only one man to call on, and that is Dave Righetti. Righetti coming in to pitch the 9th for the Yankees. And he will be facing the bottom of the order, Rick Cerrone. And then we go to the top of the order with Molitor and Yount. Now the Brew Crew do have people on the bench, but I don't know if they've got any right-handed pop guys. They really don't. Fielder's a 239. They're going to go ahead and pinch hit for Cerrone. He's 0 for 3, so they're going to bring in switch-hitting outfielder Mike Felder. He's going to pinch hit for Cerrone. And if it does happen to go extra innings, or to the bottom of the 9th being needed, then they'll go to a backup catcher on their bench, you know, if needed. So for right now, it's going to be Felder. He's going to lead off. He's got good speed, so he can get on. He can cause some problems. So Mike Felder, switch hitter against Righetti. It's a 2-8 against a lefty. 2-8 is a line out to first, so Felder fails. He lines to Mattingly, 1 away. Yankees 2 outs away from an opening victory. Here's Paul Molitor. 5-4. 5-4 is a fly ball to right. 2 down. It's up to Robin Yount. Last chance for the Brew Crew. Yount, a 4-9. 4-9's a strikeout, and the ball game is over. So Dave Righetti saves it for Guidry, and the Yankees prevail by the final score of 5-4. Guidry the winner, Higuera the loser, Righetti the save, and big bat in the game, Dave Winfield, that 2-run homer in the bottom of the 5th that put the Yankees ahead to stay 5-4. So that's going to do it from here. Hope everybody enjoyed that presentation of advanced Strat-O-Matic in this American League East little mini league, I guess you want to call it, plus Texas, of course. And hope you guys enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it. And as usual, I will see you all down the road.